Hello everyone, this video I'm going to talk about the new feature selection support in template components in Oracle Apex 24.1. Template components were introduced in Oracle Apex 23.1 as new plugin type that allows you to build custom reusable components using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and template directive allowing for dynamic content, but they don't have selection support. Please look at this page. I have a content row template components, and in each before each row there is a checkbox selection. When I selected the one row, then return the primary key of the selected row. Then I select another row, then return the value of the primary key of the selected rows. It is delimited list, and this page item stores the value of the selected rows. Then I deselect it, then return this row value, and selected the two, then return the primary key value of the selected rows, which is delimited list. Then I have the checkbox page item. Then when I selected the checkbox, then return all the primary key of the selected rows, all the rows. When I selected the rows, then the return value, the primary key delimited list will store in this page item. When this page item changed, then I will refresh this report. How to achieve it? I will demonstrate you step by step, and I will go to the page design. Go to the application builder. Then create a new page. Then I create the blank page. I named in this page I create the region. I name it. Type. I select the. You can see the same components. There is a few components to choose. Then I select the content row. I based on the table EMP. Yeah. Can see nothing. Then go to the page designer. I need to go to the attributes, and here you can see the appearance display, the settings. I name. Then title. I put the employee name here. Then description. I select the job, the manager. Hire date. Then the department number. I want to display using the avatar, so then we can see what it looks like. You can see I want to display the image of the employee. So in my employee table, I have the image column. Image EMP. Let's see the EMP table. EMP table. In the EMP table, there are already have the some columns, but I add a new column: employee image, mean time, and the file name. Employee image store the image as the blob type. So I have the two employee have the image in the database. So go back to the page designer. We can see Wendy and Cherry have the image. So I go to the page designer and set the image. The employee is the content row template components, and the attributes I used the avatar to display Then avatar we can see the type, the icon. Then I change to the image. Then image I go to the image settings, media attribute, source, block column. Block column is the employee image in the table, the column. The file name is the file name. The mean type column is the mean type. And okay, the display the image here, but there is no selection. So how to set the go to the row selection. You can see the type none. So I selected. I want to have the multiple selection. So I change to the multiple selection. There is 4 selection here. So focus only. I will try it. And just to focus and no return value. So I want to it has multiple choice. So I change to the multiple selection. And this is the current selection page item, select page item. I don't have it right now, so I will create a new and save it first. First, I need to create a new page items. Page item P7 DD selected EMP number text select EMP number, and I need to create another page item text box and select it all. Text box. Okay, there's no reaction, so go to the page designer and set the row attributes. Go to attribute. The row selection. In this section, we need to set the current selection page items. Then I choose the selected, the employee number. Select all page items. I selected the all. So we try it again. Then we can see, okay, the return value is all the parameter of the selected rows. Then I deselected all. Then I selected one row, I selected the other row, then return the colon and delimited the list value. This selection is used in content row template components, but there is a few template components. Go to the shared components, we can see the template T1, T1, EN, content. You can see there is a few template components. Just we used the content row, but we can use another template component like the media list. And so far, the avatar and badge, there is no selection support, but in the other template components have the selection support. We go to the content row plugins. We can see the settings of the content row in the plugin, and you can see the partial the code directed code. You can see the this code is the selection before its row. If the avatar and if you want to use avatar and badge, you can copy it to copy and paste to another template content. Then you can edit that template component based on. Go back to the application and now we use the content row template component. Now I will change it to the media employee. I change. Then you can see the saved components correspond to match the shared components. So we change to the media list, and used the same table employee. And we go to the attribute, and there is a little change. The title, I selected the name and display the avatar. Yeah, and you can. I selected the full color grid, and the size I select the default. The avatar icon, I use the image. The bottom column, I select the image, the employee image, file name, and I select the line type. Then OK. Then the rounded shape, I change the circle. Type, row selection is very important. I select the multiple selection. The current selection page item is the same as the content row. Okay. Yes. Okay. This is the media list. This is the media list template components which support selection. When I select the cell in the media list grid and then return the value, its colon delimited value, how to use it and pass the value. So I will show you how to use it. Go to the page designer and I create another report. I name it as EMP report. I selected type is class report. Then I use the EMP. Oh, the EMP image I will delete and remove it. I don't want to display the image. So in this report, I add the condition clause. So I have already written. So I paste it to this sector. I change a little and I use this item. I replace this using this item's name and P7 selected employee number, and the apex function apex string split to split the colon delimited list. So I need to check the employee number in the column. Here I need to page item to submit. Then let's see. There is no report, no result. So I need to create the dynamic action. When I select the cell, then the page item will return the value to the page item. Page item change, then I will refresh the report, employee report. So this dynamic action aspect, I name it and change the items. I select the selected number, then save. So I need to change the refresh action, then region. I select the report number. Okay. When I select the two cell, two employee, then return the value to the selected employee number page item. When the page item, and then I refresh the report. You can use it the select employee number item free. Then you can use in your application. Depends on your situation. So I need to in this case I need to use pass the employee number in my SQL statement. This is a media list template component. If you want to use other template like the avatar and the badge, then you can go to the shared components templates. We can use keywords template components, and you can find a few template components. But avatar and badge doesn't support selection. So if you want to use the selection in the badge or avatar, first you need to copy it and create a new badge template. For example, I have created the badge, a new badge list, a new badge template component, and click and edit. You can see the template and has the single, partial, and multiple report. I will check the box. And here, partial. In the partial section, you need to add a new directive code. Here, I have already had it. Here, if Apex select, this is the directive code. You can see if you add to the partial, you can use it, and support selection support is added to the template component. Go to the application. Right now it's a mid list, but I will modify to the batch. So go to the page designer. Employee. This is the mid list. You can see the new batch I have added. I added just so I select the batch, the new batch, and use the same table and attribute here. I need to reset. So I select the label in name and the value I choose the name, and row selection type I select the multiple selection. Current selection page items are also use the selected employee number, and the select all page item I use this item. So this is done. So go to the page. You can see the selection has added to the to each cell. So so when I click the one employee, then return the primary key of employee number. Then I select another. Then we can see the two employee information list here. Okay, this video is done, and today's I mainly discuss the selection support in template components, and if you have questions, please leave your comments below. I will respond to you as soon as possible. See you next video. I will